So my area is new business, which is not a surprise to anybody who knows me because I kind of like starting new businesses. It came more off the back of speaking to lots of advisors, whether they're kind of individuals that are just looking to go on their own from the first time, leaving a network, or they're already in finance and already have a business but have this kind of new quirky idea and they're struggling to get the support to create an advice business that doesn't follow what everybody's done before. I know starting a business, there's so many questions, there's so many doubts and worries. What business structure do you do? What do you do about finance? How do you start planning? How do you get clients? There's all of these issues as any business owner, but then when you're trying to start a financial services business, there's an extra layer on top of it. So which regulatory route do I go down? How do I pull together a client proposition? How do I transition from an existing firm, and all the complexity that comes with that? And in the UK, there's lots of great initiatives and incubator spaces and government support to help new businesses get started. None of them are aimed at financial advisors. There's this kind of conception that, oh, because you're an advisor, you must know how to run a business because it's finance, and that's absolutely not the case. In financial services, it's very well known that there's already an advice gap, there's not enough people giving advice, and there's a huge potential and likelihood that that's just going to get worse in the coming years as more advisors retire. So unlike many other industries where you wouldn't necessarily collaborate and work with what would be conceived as a competitor, that's not the case in finance. Like, nobody is struggling to find clients. They're struggling to work out how to best service clients, how to do it profitably, how to service more clients and maybe lower value ones. So I think we're in quite a unique position of being able to work collaboratively, not worrying that you're working with a competitor, but using and kind of pooling those resources to get through some of those barriers and help everybody push forward. So to pull all of that together, we are launching an incubator at Verve. There'll be a virtual element to it, but we think, especially when you're starting your own business, physical office space is really important. So we're going to have some space in our offices and some space in London. And what we're going to do is open it up and bring in cohorts of people who are looking to start their own advice firms. They'll get access to space, they'll get to work with other like-minded people, they'll have people from Verve that are there on hand to help answer questions, to help put things in place in terms of getting the business up and running. What we're also then going to do is get some of our lovely We Are Change students who are doing their exams but still might need a foot in the door or might need some experience, and get them so they can kind of come in and work in the incubators and, you know, do some kind of temporary contract in it, just so that they've got something on their CV that shows, yes, I've got some qualifications and now I've worked with some advisors. Them doing that will then support those advisors who are starting their own businesses and will be struggling for resources. And then the aim is that we'll also help give them training in, might be some digital skills and making sure that they've got their firm working as tech efficient as possibly. There might be some finance or fundraising skills, so for those who are actually looking to really scale up the business and not just kind of stay on their own, and just kind of really coach them through those first 6 to 8 months of business growth. And then we can kind of release them out into the world and bring in the next cohort and start to do exactly the same with them. So yes, we'll get kind of more diverse business models, but we'll just hopefully help be the driver of lots and lots of small, unique financial planning firms, which again, over the long term, will hopefully just help start changing the shape of the industry and what it looks like. So what I would say, if anybody's kind of watching and are interested and think it might be something that they'd like to do, we'll share the link again so that you can submit your information on that survey. Because obviously we can only take on so many people, so we'll open it up to applications for people to come and be part of the incubator sometime in the next couple of months, so watch this space.